here. And today, basically, the webinar is on professional ethics at workplace. Of course, it all involves not only workplace, anywhere professional ethics are supposed to be there. You start your life by learning ethics from your parents, and that's how we go. So the program which we have a site called the Clean Exit. It is ethics behavior platform, which we rate the behavior of professionals and students. So since the ethics and values are of very high level required when you are at workplace or any professional environment or even a personal environment, the government also has emphasized that we should have ethics education and in the new education policy. AICT has mandated that the ISAC, that is our organization, Information Sharing and Analysis Center, we have an MOU with AICT that we should train at least 1 lakh people through the on professional ethics through the Clean Exit program. So today's speaker is Mr. Raj Shekhar, who is a brilliant technocrat, and he's the founder director of the Information Sharing and Analysis Center, ISAC, which is the leading cybersecurity non-profit foundation in India. He is also the co-founder of the Clean Exit program, which is, as I told you, on ethics and behavioral rating. He is also a co-founder of a site called the Cyber Range, where we have close to 900 plus cybersecurity labs and other cyber-related services which we provide. He worked in Microsoft and Etisalat and has more than 20 years in the experience in the field of cybersecurity. Now I will hand over to Mr. Raj Shekhar for continuing with today's talk. Raj, your stage.
Hi, Bindu. Thank you so much for the introduction. So the goal today is to quickly understand the importance of the ethics program and take it forward. But before I start the session, I would like to know that are you aware of the recent FIRs that the US Embassy has done in India against 70 students? How many of you are aware of that?
You can type in the chat boxes.
The voice is, there is some difficulty in the voice. The voice quality is not very sharp. So
I'm able to hear, Mr. Vaidya. Is there some issue? I can hear. Is anyone else facing this issue of audio, Mr. Raj Shekhar?
If the mic is remotely, then this could be that.
They're saying it's audible, sir. I think it's your issue.
Okay, fine. There were some messages earlier that we are not able to get it.
Okay. So now I think they can hear this. Okay, Raj, you may continue. I think there are a lot of people, everyone saying no to your question.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll just share my screen and show something to you. Can you see my screen here?
Not yet.
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes, sir.
So look at this one. Delhi police picked up students from Hyderabad, Vijayawada, Guntur, and Warangal for procuring fake papers for visas. Right? So they had produced fake work experience and bank documents. For all the students who are very curious about trying the scribbling on the screen, just refrain it. I'll remove the permission otherwise. But don't annotate right now. So this is basically a kind of incident which has happened where people produced fake work experience and bank documents to obtain US visas. And then these first documents were, linked with agents and educational consultants who helped them obtain it. And then automatically, the US Embassy got into action because in the FR, what they said? They said that it's a threat to the national security of US. And then the students admitted that they paid about 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees for getting fake work experience documents, fake internship documents. And they basically, made this so that they can get an entry in US quickly, right? So you can see the impact of fake documents. If you want to study abroad or you want to go abroad, people actually pay money for certifications. There was a recent incident where for GRE and other similar exams, people actually take about 2 lakh rupees and then they give you a great GRE score of 310 or 320. But if you don't know how to speak English and then you have a great GRE score, people will start thinking, yeah, how come this is possible, right? Now, can you imagine the life of these 70 plus students who have been booked under this FIR? They will never be able to travel to US for their life. They will never get a good job in their lifetime. And then there's a police case and there's a court verdict which is awaited right now. What will happen to them? most of them have been arrested and they will serve jail time for doing this. This is the impact of just faking an internship and a work experience document. Are you understanding the impact of this? So today, one of our objectives is actually understand a little bit more about what mistakes we can do in college as you study, and we'll also learn about the mistakes that you can do in workplace so that you are aware of how to conduct yourself and don't get into problems. Now, would you like if you are actually having a police case by the employer where you want to work? Would you like it? How many of you would like it? It's not a
No,
recognition
sir.
or a absolutely, Ayush. It's not a kind of a recognition, right? Nobody wants a police case against them, right? Now, it's very important that you compete in a fair manner and then you don't cheat. Now, a lot of times you are caught cheating. Then the teachers will try to tell you, please don't cheat in the exams, and they let you off. But do you know that the teachers actually have the authority to lodge a police complaint from the college administration, and then that will debar you from pursuing graduation or even jobs in the future. So don't take it lightly. So today we're going to learn a few things about these things and see how to take it forward. Now you can see my screen again.
Yes, we can see that.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Superb.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Superb. So about ISAC, we are partner with the Ministry of Defense and partner with Certain. We'll also partner with AICTE. This is a non-profit foundation, and this aim is to actually solve large problems for the connected India. It's a non-profit foundation that works. And one of the big goals that we have is we want to improve the image of India abroad. So do you know that India and China are the only two countries jahan pe students verifications are done twice globally by universities across the world, because they do not trust the profiles and the documents submitted by Indians and Chinese. Do you know this? It's a shame, right? So how do we improve this image? We are trying so hard to tell the country that, look, Indians are very good. Please hire them for jobs. Please give them admissions for higher education in your universities. But then the common saying among the international community is that Indians can corrupt anybody. Now, that's not a very good language, right? So how do we make sure that every student, when they go abroad, are respected because they are from India, and at the same time, they feel confidence that, look, these guys are one of the best in the world. Why we should hire Indians only and not from other countries? Because there's a great element of trust and ethics which comes into play over here. So what is it and how we can do this? We will just go through it. First, I'll talk about a small case study. Take a look at your screen. So Gary के पास एक TikTok channel है, and he is monetizing that video. उसके पास 1200 followers है approximately. He is earning small money on TikTok from advertisements. And during lunch break, he shot a video about how to fix a computer problem. But then his camera memory got corrupted. So he asked the office cab to drop him to the mall, and he got a new memory card. He was able to recover the data on his office laptop, and then he just backed it up on an external drive. Next day, he was able to finish and upload the video. But then what he did was he submitted a travel bill for 300 rupees more, which included the price of the memory card. Now, the question to all of you is that, did Gary commit any mistake? Where is the issue? You can unmute and speak, or you can just type on chat.
Sir, he included that memory card expense in his travel expense.
That was not right, correct?
Yeah.
Good. Who else has any other thoughts on this?
That was the personal expense.
Yes, personal expense. What else? He used office resources without permission. Okay. So my question is that, is 300 rupees too much of an amount?
No, sir. But
But then-
still, yeah, then also it should not be used.
So just imagine if you have a maid working in your home, right? You have Kamali Bais coming and working in your house. If they take 1 rupee also without your permission and they keep it in their pocket, will you feel bad? If they don't tell you and they take 1 or 2 rupees or 5 rupees from your home and they take it in their pocket, is it okay?
Yes. Yes, sir. It is bad quality.
So it's bad. It is unethical.
It's unethical. If they want money, they should ask you, right?
Yes.
Now, yeah, now they're taking 1 rupees. Now, in the future, they might take even more amount if we don't point out the mistake.
Exactly. Fantastic. Very good answer. So it's not about the amount, it's a crime. तो 1 रुपया से फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. 1000 या 100 या फिर 100 crore भी हो. An amount is an amount. If you do it unethically, it is an unethical practice. The amount doesn't have any consequence. But then what Gary did was this. From the HR perspective, these are the problems that Gary has done. He used company time. It's classified as theft. अच्छा एक चीज बताओ, आपको नौकरी जब कोई देता है तो then they are paying you for your time. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो 8 घंटे अगर आप काम कर रहे हो उस समय if you do personal calls with your boyfriend girlfriend or if you do some part-time job or if you go out for a walk and then you take 2 hours time to in lunch break, is it not theft of time?
Yes, sir. It is.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And monetizing videos, you have not disclosed it to the company. See, the company will not have a problem. वो बोलेंगे ठीक है यार, आपको गिटार बजाना है, you want to take singing classes in part time, but disclose it. It should not happen that suddenly you're running a business and the company is not aware of it. So disclosure is a very important aspect. Before you start any income from any outside source, you must disclose your manager, sir, I am getting 1,000 rupees every week from this classes which I'm taking. Am I allowed to do it or not? They will not stop you from doing it mostly, but tomorrow it should not happen that someone writes a complaint against you and they feel bad ki yaar, why did they not inform? Padding expenses with extra charges, it's a criminal offense. Jail time is ke liye. Next, you backed up my document folder.
Maybe like why they're restricting, they may restrict because they might not give time to the office work if they are involved in it more.
No, sometimes it's not just that. Shweta, sometimes I'll give you an example to you. Just imagine that, if you are the vice president of a large company, okay? Just imagine this. और फिर आप एक रियल एस्टेट बिजनेस पैरेलली शुरू करते हो पार्ट टाइम के लिए और आप एक फ्लैट के रेंटल के लिए आप किसी एजेंट से बात कर रहे हो और कोई अगर बोलता है यार आपका जो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट है वो पार्ट टाइम में मतलब घर वर को मतलब भाड़े पे देने के लिए वो एजेंसी का काम करता है क्या? How will the company feel? They'll
They
feel
will
embarrassed.
feel bad. Yes.
So it's not about the business also, it's about the image and brand of the company. So for example, if you're a vice president or a manager for a large company and then you are doing small things which may impact your reputation as a associate of that particular company, the company will say, why are you doing this? तुमको महीने का 20,000 extra चाहिए तो I will give you increment, but then don't do this nonsense. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the image also is of importance. It's not just sometimes moonlighting. Now, if you take up the My Documents folder from a company without permission, it's called IPR theft. Used cab for personal errands. It's also a property misuse. किसी और की गाड़ी है आपको पिकअप ड्रॉप के लिए दिया गया है लेकिन आप उसको मॉल के लिए ड्रॉप करने बोलते हो. You are using it for personal benefit. It's a property misuse. Short video in office. It's a confidentiality breach. You backed up office data on external drive. It's a violation of policy. So many crimes you did simply by shooting a video in office. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now let's study another case study.
Sir.
So Tapsi is a very good looking girl and she always was liked by the manager. उसको हमेशा promotions मिलता है. Now Tapsi also knows that कि manager उसको पसंद करता है. So she also took a chance. She will flirt with the manager every now and then, and others knew in office कि ये बहुत काम में अच्छी नहीं है, लेकिन she is just using her looks to just get her around an office. Now she'll go for a walk after lunch with manager and they will come after 20 minutes of scheduled break. मतलब अगर 2 बजे का अगर जॉब रिज्यूम करना है ऑफिस के अंदर तो they'll come at 2:20 or 2:30 every day. One day, a colleague asked Tapsi why she was not responding to information email request. And she got angry and she called him stupid and fatso. The colleague complained to HR about the rude language used by Tapsi. Now, my question to you, all of you, is this. Did she commit any mistake? Where is the issue?
Yes,
Yes,
she
sir,
did.
definitely.
So using personal relations to get promotions at the workplace is highly unethical.
Correct.
Even the rude behavior.
She
Perfect.
abused the employee.
Environment gets a bit
It was
the work
unprofessional.
environment getting ruined because of that.
Correct.
Like there's also a post committee, like something in every like company for the misuse behavior, like misuse behavior.
Who said this?
Oh,
What's your name?
Shweta sir.
Shweta, fantastic. What an amazing answer. Absolutely right. So here, the first and foremost thing is that there's a very big risk of a sexual harassment claim possibility because of imbalanced relationship in the office. What this means is that if the company is not careful, then this girl may claim that the manager was flirting with her, not the other way around. And then she can claim a sexual harassment case. And then the company will be forced to settle that matter. And it's a very big problem. And don't think that, if because she's claiming sexual harassment, she will get some money. No, it's not like that. They can actually launch an investigation. If it is found to be false, then she will not only face a jail time, but then there are other repercussions for her career also in this case. Do you think that if someone is found to be claiming false sexual harassment claims, will they be given jobs next time in any company?
No,
No, sir.
definitely not.
No,
sir.
No.
No.
Which is why, lying about what happened can be a very big problem if you're caught. So this is a very big risk. And if your person is not competent, then it's a bigger risk. So next is ignoring requests from co-workers, insubordination. It can call for an action by HR. Long walks exceeding scheduled break times is again a problem. Using profane language, it's an offensive behavior, again calling for a misconduct from HR, and operating out of set process is a gross misconduct. So every day you do small things, but then from a company perspective, so many things can happen. Now, one interesting question to all of you. Ab COVID ka to still there is a problem, right? Now just imagine that you are at a peak of COVID and then you booked an oxygen cylinder and another VIP comes in and says, after 1 minute and says that, I wanted oxygen cylinder. There's only one cylinder left. If you are the manager of that particular office which is issuing those oxygen cylinders to the people, what call will you take? The VIP is saying, yaar, ab 5 lakh le lo, 10 lakh le lo, 20 lakh le lo, ye cylinder mere ko hi chahiye. 1 minute pehle kisi aur normal middle class family ne book kiya usko. What are you going to do?
So the middle class people should get the vaccination, the cylinder.
Yeah, they were
Because
the
it
one
was
to
the
book
right of
first.
that person.
Then
It's
the VIP
because the
says,
status on many times.
And so one more important thing, that politician can arrange cylinder pretty easily than a middle class person. So I think that is also a point, like as compared to middle class people, because they have lots of money and lots of contacts. It
So
should be
Sir,
given to the one who can
First
rather.
come, first serve.
Sir,
Yeah,
I
first
think
come,
that
first serve.
Sir, I think that I will take a decision based on the criticality of the patient. The patient who is more serious, whether he will be he may be rich or poor, I will give it to the person who is more serious.
excellent, Krishna. Very good answer. But if the politician says that you have a lot of contacts, irrespective of what happens, I'm going to screw your happiness. Then you face the consequences as a manager because you don't have any connections. What are you going to do? Or what will most people do in India?
In India, most of the people will give to the high class society because the manager doesn't have any outsider help.
Someone who is offering more money would be the one who will be getting.
During corona there were many illegal supplies of oxygen cylinder where the people, those who had more money, they were only getting मतलब the selling मतलब जो अभी normal price है उससे ज्यादा भाव में बेच रहे थे, इसकी वजह से middle class को नहीं मिल रहा था और posh को तो वैसे तो मिल ही रहा था, like जो rich people है.
So naturally, in this situation, I think the manager will surrender to the threats that the politician has made.
So my question is this: अभी सब लोग ने chat के ऊपर और अभी Zoom call के ऊपर सब लोग ने बोला कि हम लोग middle class family को पहले देंगे because पहले उन्होंने book किया है, right? So my point here is that all of you are saying the right thing right now on the call. Lekin the real test is when the situation comes in front of you, you may actually end up favoring the VIP also. Is that right? Quite possible.
Sir, this is the thing that every time a person
Yes,
who
sir,
has
it is possible.
Yes, sir, possible. Yes, sir, it is possible.
that. So this only widens the gap between poor and rich because they take all the all the advantages of being rich. This is what widens the gap between them, and they end up giving everything to the rich people, and the poor people don't have anything left after that.
So I'll give a small example to you. You know, when the Tatas wanted to launch an airline in the 80s, they had got all the permissions. They got the planes, they got the employees hired, they got everything ready. And in the last moment, when 99% things was done, they had acquired they had spent a lot of money to launch the airlines. Then they decided not to launch. And when he was asked, itna paisa kharch karne ke baad mein, when everything was ready, you were launching a new airlines, suddenly aapne ye launch kyun nahi kiya? You know what his answer was? The person who approves this asked for a small bribe. I didn't want to pay it. So I cancelled the whole company's business. I did not go for it. Can you believe it?
Sir, in case
No.
of Tata's, the integrity and the ethics they follow is like we cannot say expect from anyone else probably.
So that is why it's a way of life, right? So also for the Tata Docomo case, are you aware that when the merger actually ran into problems, the Tatas actually paid, even though they were facing problems, they paid billions of dollars to the company, even though there was settlement ki yaar isse kam mein bhi to chalega, lekin Ratan Tata said no, every single penny which we owe, we have to pay it no matter what. Doesn't matter from where we do it. And they did it. So what I'm trying to tell you is that walking that talk is not easy. आपको बहुत लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम्स आ सकती हैं आप अगर बहुत ऑनेस्ट रहेंगे तो भी, बट देन इट्स एक्चुअली वर्थ इट बिकॉज ओवर टाइम यू मे फेस अ स्मॉल डिस्कम्फर्ट, बट देन फॉर दैट स्मॉल प्राइस यू पे योर रिटर्न्स विल बी वेरी हाई फ्रॉम द यूनिवर्स. सो बॉटम लाइन इज दैट you will face problems in life in your career, but then try to stick to the right thing and don't succumb to something which will cause problems to you. My request if you can just mute your
Darshan, could you please mute your Darshan, could you please mute your mic?
Great. So again, do you know that in India, 61% of statistics is that junior employees are responsible for frauds. Now look at the statistics here. What do you see? This is a global survey report. What do you see here? Internal fraud, 45% is done by employees. Can you see the statistics globally? Reputation damage, 26% is done by internal employees. These are some facts that you should be aware of. Now, I request those who are interested in annotating on the slides, kindly restrain yourself for some more time. I can remove permissions, but you all are mature students. So just kind of maintain a small decorum in these slides. Now, for your college life, there are some points that I would like to put across. First is that you have a lot of assignments and projects, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So first and foremost, most of the students, they copy paste from Google and open source projects. If you are in IT, please don't do that. If you have coding skills or if you're doing something, then do not exaggerate your contribution. थोड़ा सा काम किया तो मैंने बहुत काम किया, ऐसे मत दिखाओ. Don't try to buy certifications by paying money. And don't try to get fake internship certificates or experience letters just because you want to compete in a campus placement. And then do not engage in any kind of ragging or harassment with anybody, which can result in future problems for you. So basically, why we are saying all these things? Because there's a platform called Clean Exit that does something. Now, I'll come to the main point over here. Clean Exit is basically an initiative where your behavior in office and college is tracked by the Clean Exit platform and given to all the companies worldwide. Are you understanding what I'm trying to tell you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
इसका मतलब ये है कि if you are behaving in a certain manner in the college, then all of that is tracked and reported by the professors of the college to Clean Exit, and you will not come to know even about it. But by the time you are in the company, this will start reflecting in your life. And this is it's an initiative by AICTE across all colleges in India, which means that everybody is noticing what you're doing in college, how you're behaving, and the good behavior is being rewarded silently, and also the bad behavior is being tracked. So what does it imply? First of all, when you're part of Clean Exit and you register it, you can rate your management company. But before that, I'll just share something more about this. Now, what all does Clean Exit track? There are 7 different parameters in which the tracking is done. So I'll give you some case studies. When you join a company, sometimes you get a laptop. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So just imagine अगर एक कोई बंदा है जिसको लैपटॉप मिलता है, and after working for 1 month he gets another job offer in a separate city. He joins that company and he does not return the laptop. Is it right or wrong?
Wrong. It's
It is
wrong.
wrong.
It is wrong. But there are many students or many people who will say कि जो करना कर लो, मैं लैपटॉप तो मेरे पास टाइम नहीं देने के लिए, आप आके ले लो यहाँ से. They try to show attitude because they don't like the manager. Do you think the company has time to actually send someone to your house and collect a laptop?
No, sir.
No,
No, sir.
No, sir.
no, sir.
It is your job. They gave it to you. You're supposed to return it by going yourself. You don't ask them to come and take the laptop from your house. Yes or no? So if you do this, then the company can rate you on the platform. Let's say that you're talking to a manager in office. Now, if you do a mistake, will the manager shout at you or not?
Yes, of course.
He will.
But let's say that कि आपको बहुत बुरा लग गया और आपने कहा अच्छा मेरे को आप उल्लू बोलते हो, अब देखो मैं क्या करता हूँ. You will do a recording and you will say कि आप मैं WhatsApp पे सबको भेजूंगा. I'll also put on Facebook. आपने मुझे उल्लू बोला करके आप देखते उल्लू कौन है. सबको मालूम पड़ेगा आप कैसे बात करते हो बस से. If you do this on LinkedIn, you know what will happen? Every person who sees it on LinkedIn will think ये जो लड़का ये लड़की है ना, ये छोटे से बात के ऊपर उन्होंने LinkedIn पे डाल दिया. कल अगर मैंने इनको नौकरी दी तो ये लोग ऑफिस में यही काम मेरे बारे में भी डालेंगे कल फ्यूचर के अंदर. तो इससे बेटर है कि इस पोस्ट के ऊपर लाइक कर दो, बहुत अच्छा हुआ करके, लेकिन इस बंदे को कभी लाइफ में हायर मत करो. डू यू अंडरस्टैंड?
Yes.
Not every person on social media जो आपको सपोर्ट करता है वो आपका दोस्त है, ये मत मानना उसको. This is not true. Not everybody who is on social media appreciating you is your friend. They are appreciating you, but in the end they're thinking, अरे वाह क्या बेवकूफ है. But they're saying they're putting a like on your post and you're thinking, wow, I got 5,000 likes, but they're all calling you fools. Bottom line is that if you have a problem in office, please talk it out. Do not post on social media. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So you go to LinkedIn, you will find someone is complaining कि मैंने ऑफिस छोड़ा है. They have not paid me 2,000 rupees. Can you believe it? ऐसे पोस्ट आते हैं बहुत सारे लिंक्डइन के ऊपर कि मैंने नौकरी छोड़ी, मेरे बॉस ने बताया मेरे के 2,000 रुपए मेरे वापस नहीं किए. They are not understanding that by writing this on LinkedIn, they are cutting down their future opportunities in life completely. No company likes this. You have a problem, you talk to the manager and you write a written complaint and talk it out. Do not posting on social media. So Clean Exit is a platform where any employer can write about the misconduct done by an employee and is a permanent record. ये हर employee का जो record होता है वो हर company में share होता है पूरे इंडिया में इस प्लेटफॉर्म के अंदर, और आप लोग भी इस प्लेटफॉर्म के अंदर रजिस्टर्ड हो। इसका मतलब ये है कि tomorrow if you do something which is not right, the HR may write against you and it is shared without your knowledge to all top companies. You may not even know about it. And you will suddenly think, यार मैंने naukri.com पे पोस्ट किया है नौकरी के लिए, CV डाला, एक भी कॉल नहीं आ रहा जॉब के लिए. You'll start thinking, why am I not getting job calls? Right? So,
sir, actually, I have a question based on this. Am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, but this ethics and the scenario that you have discussed, like this scenario doesn't go with every company. Like the recent startup which have been launched, like Byju's, Vedantu, or some of the edtech industry, or the recent startup who are actually facing the problem because of the investment is not coming from the American market or the European market or the Chinese market. So they don't treat that much good with the employees. Like if I will talk about the edtech company like Byju's, they literally screwed the people. The language of the managers are not that much at that level, and people are literally posting on the LinkedIn and all. So if they will not post it, because the management on all the HRs are associated with each other, because their goal in order to get the revenue for the companies, irrespective of what the like patronization or the confrontation the personnel has been facing, they don't care about it. So if we will not be posting or not creating awareness to the people, like with this organization, what kind of culture is actually associated, then definitely it may trap the other personnel too. So definitely for one parameter, we can consider that we are not going to post everything over the social media, even a small issues and all. But if the organization is not that much caring for the employees, they don't care, only they are targeted their revenues and all. So I think on that purpose, it will be beneficial for posting the scenario, sir. What do you think about it?
Can I respond to that?
Yes, sir. Please.
Okay. एक सिंपल सा एक क्वेश्चन है, अगर आपके नेबर, आप जिस सोसाइटी में रहते हो, उसने अगर आपको धक्का दे दिया एक और गाली दे दी, और आपने सोचा कि देश के हित में, जागरूकता के हित में, पूरी सोसाइटी के हित में मुझे इसका वीडियो बना के सबको बताना चाहिए, और बताइए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन मैं भी फिर सेम चीज करूंगा ऐसे ही, जैसे मेरे को गाली दे, मैं भी गाली दूंगा, मैं भी धक्का दूंगा, बिकॉज सबको पता होना चाहिए ना कि ये प्रॉब्लम है करके. तो इफ यू ऑल्सो स्टार्ट एक्टिंग लाइक दैट, what is the difference? Point is that, is there law in this country?
Yes, there is a law.
Do you have a legal resource? If they are not treating you well, is there enough law in the country that you can file a case against them and they can pursue a court matter against them? Is there a proper process around it?
Yes, sir, it is definitely a process, but definitely it is actually configured with lot of things. Like it will take the time and all. So maybe there are so many of the people are not choosing that way, sir.
So that's what I'm trying to tell you again. Do not make this mistake. Do not think कि बहुत time लगेगा तो मैं ये shortcut अपनाऊंगा इसके अंदर. It is a wrong thing, because you are committing again a problem. So just take an example now. I'll just give you an example practically, okay? Assume कि आपका जो आप किसी कंपनी में काम कर रहे हो, बायजूस या जो भी कंपनी हो, ऐसे 50 कंपनी होंगी जो भी जिसपे काम करोगे. क्या हो सकता है worst case scenario? They will not give you a salary on time. Number one.
Sir.
Full and final settlement नहीं किया उन्होंने. आपको बुरा लग रहा है बिकॉज आपका पैसा उन्होंने रोक लिया. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
इससे ज्यादा तो कुछ नहीं है. Will they lock you in office and say कि यहीं रात भर बैठ के काम करो, आप घर नहीं जा सकते हो? Can they actually put you in a room and not let you go outside? Can they kidnap you?
No, sir.
No.
They are paying you salary for your time. They are not able to pay money. You can quit. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now, if you post on social media कि इस कंपनी ने मेरे 50,000 रुपए नहीं दिए, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, और आपने बहुत कुछ बोला उस कंपनी के बारे में, और उस पोस्ट को कम से कम 2,000 लोगों ने देखा है, ओके? 2 महीने बाद में वो कंपनी आती है और नए एचआर के साथ में बोलती है कि सॉरी, आपका पैसा बचा था, हमारे पास पैसे थे नहीं, अब हमारे पास पैसे हैं, हम आपको वापस कर रहे हैं पैसे. वो आपको पैसे वापस कर देगी. अभी आप क्या करोगे? फिर कंपनी बोलेगी ठीक है, अभी आपका पैसा वापस मिल गया ना, ये नोटिस लो डिफेमेशन का, ये 2,000 लोगों ने इस पोस्ट को लाइक किया है, इसके लिए आप पे हम डिफेमेशन का सूट डाल रहे हैं, जिसका हमारा जो डैमेज हुआ रेपुटेशन का, उसके लिए आपको 50 लाख का आपको फाइन पे करना पड़ेगा. उसके लिए आप कोर्ट में आइए और कोर्ट में आके बात कीजिए. चलेगा आपको?
नो सर.
सो टाइम की बात है ये. आज आपको लगता है कि आपका टाइम अच्छा है बहुत और आपने उस पर पोस्ट डाल दिया है, ये सारा पलट सकता है अगर कंपनी ने डिसाइड किया कि आपको पैसा सेटल कर दे आपका, और फिर वो अगर आपको डिफेमेशन सूट डालेगा आपको उसके ऊपर, तो फिर आप कहाँ जाएंगे? फिर आप, क्या कंपनी आपके खिलाफ में कोई पोस्ट डाल रही है सोशल मीडिया के ऊपर कि ये एम्प्लॉय मेरा ऐसा है, अच्छा काम नहीं कर रहा करके? आज दे पोस्टिंग विद ए फोटोग्राफ ऑन सोशल मीडिया? दे आर नॉट डूइंग इट, राइट?
No, no, they are not.
दे आर नॉट स्पॉइलिंग योर रेपुटेशन ग्लोबली, दे हैव अ प्रॉब्लम। ठीक है, कंपनी में पैसा नहीं है, आपके पास भी पैसा नहीं है, कभी कभी लाइफ में ऐसा होता है ना कि कंपनी चल नहीं रही ठीक से, होता है। There are problems, there are good times, there are bad times. When you're sailing in a ship, sometimes there are bad times. It doesn't mean that, if the company is not paying you money, then everybody is bad in the company, right? Or the founders are bad. It is not always the case. It happens. So if they're not paying you salary, fine यार, आप notice दे दो, thank you so much, हमको जमा नहीं है, मैं जा रहा हूँ, खत्म हो गई बात। Then you pursue a legal recourse, send them a notice from your lawyer and tell कि ये मेरा due है, आप इसको दे दीजिए। Any company will not take risk of legal notices. They will settle the money as soon as possible. But if you go on social media, it's going to backfire. So this I'm trying to tell you all of you this thing. Never do this thing. और अगर आपका कोई दोस्त भी है ना जो पोस्ट करता है ऐसे, और अगर आपने उसको रीशेयर किया है, I'm telling this to you, companies keep a track of everything. वो देखते हैं 2000 लोग हैं ना, सबके नाम निकालो, इसने लाइक किया इसको, उसके फॉलोअर्स ने देखा है ना, इनको कहीं नौकरी नहीं मिलेगी लाइफ में नेक्स्ट टाइम हमारे कंपनी के अंदर। Or I'm not telling about that company, I'm telling about hundreds of companies do this to you. So do not destroy your career by saying nonsense on social media. Just be careful is what my bottom line is. So
Hello.
Go ahead.
So good morning, sir. Sir, has it ever been gone the other way around where the manager has done something intentionally and that has affected the employee?
The employer?
Yeah, it has affected the employee because that was done intentionally by the employer, maybe because of some reasons.
Oh my God, there are thousands of case studies. Every act by an employee can result in a problem to not only him or her, but also the company also. सत्यम का तो केस पता ना आपको क्या हुआ? और वैसे अगर आप जब ethics का कोर्स करोगे, there are 50+ case studies in the course where you will learn about how it has impacted the employees as well as the employers also. So I recommend that you try to, complete the online course and see the case studies mentioned over there. So, अब आप कहेंगे रास्ता क्या है, right? So there is one thing for you. There's a service from Clean Exit called Career Protection Plus program. इसके अंदर you can rate the managers and the company every year on the platform. If the managers try to write something negative about you, you will get a notification and you will get a right to appeal. You can rate your full and final settlement process. पैसा नहीं मिल रहा उसके बारे में रेटिंग करो उसके बारे में. Or experience protection, which means that if they don't provide you a letter of experience, then the Clean Exit will give you a letter of experience which can be valid and used by you for getting another job in case the company is not giving you a letter. So every internship that you do, every company that you join, you should have a career protection program which will protect you from the employers trying to act funny with you. Okay. So again, the Clean Exit will take all legal measures to protect you in your career when you are targeted by a company like that. Okay. So when can you be rated? Example, review of LinkedIn or social media. If there's a police complaint against you, a job application, after selection of a job, during exiting a company, and during investigation. So just an example I'm asking you. If you write something bad on social media, just like that, and the company decides to file an FIR in a police station, what is your way out? Can you tell me?
First of all, I'll delete something.
Sorry?
So can you please repeat the question?
I'm saying that there is a wrong which has happened against you in a company. आपने पुलिस कंप्लेंट या फिर लीगल कोर्स नहीं लिया आपने. You did not go to a lawyer, you did not go to the police. You directly posted on social media and then they file a case against you first. Is it going to matter?
Yes, sir. It will.
Yes, sir. It does matter.
So the police will ask now that they'll ask you, why did you not come first?
Yes, sir, it will matter because then in that case, it will be counted as defamation. So the company can claim that you wrongfully tried to defame them or malign their image.
Exactly. And when they go to file the complaint against you, they'll make sure that आपको जो पैसा है वो settle कर देंगे आपके account में वो लोग. एक दिन पहले police station complaint के पहले they will make sure the money is credited and then they'll go for police case. See, I'm trying to tell you something practical. I'm not trying to patronize you. I'm not trying to give you lectures on ethics and morals. What I'm trying to tell you is that be smart and be logical. Are you understanding? So try to go the right way always. Use the law and try to make sure that you are not. So these are some categories. Financial loss, social media post, सेल्स के अंदर आपने अगर ज्वाइन किया है और आपने झूठ बोला किसी को कि ये कंपनी के सेल्स ऐसे बढ़ाने के लिए, then also there can be a case against you. You do some wrong thing. I'll give an example to you. A company in India, they sold a software to an American company. 6 months later, उस अमेरिकन कंपनी ने इस इंडियन कंपनी को सू कर दिया लीगली. पता है क्यों? उस कोड के अंदर जो बच्चे जिस कॉलेज के अंदर जिन्होंने हायर किए थे उस कॉलेज के अंदर, they copy pasted the open source software and they used it as libraries in that particular software and they gave it to the US company. Can you sell an open source software? Can you sell open source software? You cannot, right?
No.
So if you are a coder or a developer or a Java developer or something like that, and you copy paste code from Google and you give it to a company, the company can be sued in court and you can also be arrested for that. But people don't realize it. And in India, it's increasing ground nowadays. So you should be very careful about these things. Cyber policies, watching torrent, downloading torrent in office laptop. Do you know that as per law, if you download torrents in office, the CEO of the company can be arrested for 3 years, along with the whole IT team and you also. There's a law like that. You should be very careful about what you do in office laptops. Technology, stealing code or misbehaving in office, all these things are things. So this is an example of how the company sees a report. Like this person has a rating of 650. Can you see on the screen?
Yes, sir.
सबसे पहले कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम आई? He submitted fake travel bills. उसके बाद टॉरेंट डाउनलोड किया. लेफ्ट में आपने देखा वहां पे डिस्प्यूटेड लिखा हुआ है, राइट? डिस्प्यूटेड का मतलब ये है कि उसने कहा कि सॉरी सर, ये मैंने नहीं किया, मेरे भाई ने किया, संडे को मैं घर पे था तो मेरे ऑफिस लैपटॉप पे मेरे भाई ने पिक्चर्स देखी थी तो मैंने नहीं किया करके उसने डिस्प्यूट किया. लेकिन इट्स अ वायलेशन, सो इट इज रिकॉर्डेड इन द प्लेटफॉर्म. कस्टमर को इसने गाली दी थी एक मीटिंग के अंदर, वेलनेस रिजॉर्ट्स के अंदर. Finally, premium resorts के अंदर there is no violation reported. So if the number drops below 500, he will not get jobs in the market. Okay. So they have to make sure that they don't violate these things. So first of all, why you should be part of Clean Exit? Number one, it protects you in many ways. First is that benefit one is that you get an online training in ethics. You understand how scandals happen, how ethics can impact your life. You understand how the actions in the job can impact lives, hurt brand reputation, cause serious legal liabilities to all stakeholders. Benefit two, career protection. अगर आपने ethically सब कुछ ठीक मेंटेन किया काम के अंदर, you get faster promotion and your next big job will come faster to you because the company knows that this person is always right. They don't cheat, they don't lie in the company, and if something पैसा नहीं दिया अगर 1 महीने का तो भी they will not post on social media. They will go to police complaint and they'll follow due course or they'll wait for the settlement to be done. So they will like candidates like that who are maintaining the right way of behavior. Again, it protects your career from wrongful HR action. If someone is forcing you to serve notice periods for a long time, if someone is threatening you in office, Clean Exit's legal team can give you protection from such companies outright if you're part of Clean Exit. Third, if someone writes a negative feedback about you, automatically you're notified. Okay, look, this person is writing a wrong thing about you. Do you want to appeal? You'll get alerts on critical ratings. You can also appeal against a rating and you can also rate the manager in the company every year. So the company also knows if they rate me negatively, I will not get people to work for me. Yes or no? Also, if the negative rating is there, then there can be cases against them. So they'll not be able to do the job properly. So they also are very concerned about that rating. So if you rate them negatively, they know that they will lose business in future. So they will make sure that, they don't do wrong things. at least with, in the company like that. Again, better salaries. Those who get 5-star ratings in Clean Exit, they can negotiate better salaries because they say, look, I'm a 5 out of 5-star guy or a girl. I have never done something wrong in office. I have a clean track record. So every company would love to hire you. Do you agree with me on this or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Certainly,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
एक कंपनी खराब हो सकती है लेकिन सारे कंपनी खराब तो नहीं है. तो
No, sir.
if you maintain a good track record, every company will want to be working with you. They'll say, please come to my company and work for me. I'll give you more salary. That is how it is. So how do you raise a clean exit? You can contact a college today. It's a Government of India supported program. That's why the prices are so low for you. For the companies, it's very costly, but for students, you can give the exam for 300 rupees. It's an AICT rate. Again, approved by AICT, not AICT rate, sorry. This is an AICT approved program, and this is a AICT rate given to all the colleges. Career protection plan, again, you can just, before you go for internship, you can just pay 500 rupees and get a career protection registration done. So, उसमें क्या करना होता है? You have to tell the company name where you're working and give the name of your manager and share the internship offer letter with Clean Exit. Then till the time you're working in that company, the Clean Exit will protect you from all problems that the company may do against you, including if they don't give a letter of experience, Clean Exit will help you with that. So that's a very brief about Clean Exit platform. And I hope that this was informative about, informative session to you to understand what misconducts can happen by mistake from your side without realizing sometimes, and what the companies can do and what you can do and what you must do. So any queries, please feel free to ask. We'll be happy to address them.
Sir, as you told, like in this example where a employer abused the employee, like said that you idiot and something, and then that person like posted on LinkedIn. Even it's a fault of the employer might be, because they are like he's like abusing. He might the employee might think that he's abusing. The employer is abusing and trying to like violate the rules. This might happen other way around.
अच्छा, एक चीज बताओ. In your family, does someone abuse you anytime? Mom, dad, brothers?
Like no.
Do you post on social media?
No, of course not.
So my
But
question
it's
is
not the
this.
family, no, it's the organization.
I'm trying to tell this to you also, the same thing. A company is also like a family. At the end of the day, if they are doing something wrong, you have an option to complain against that manager, yes or no, in the company. You can report to the higher ups. You can talk first. There is a formal process in every company. You can file a complaint with the senior manager. You can write to the CEO. You can write to the HR. You can request a meeting and talk about it. Why do you want to post on social media? इतने जल्दी क्या social media पे डालने के लिए? Second point. If you don't like the company and you don't like the people, are they forcing you to work? You can quit the job and go to some other company, no?
Yeah, but some companies have a contract agreement, so that becomes difficult sometimes from the employee. Like the employee should not post it on social media. That's the wrong thing. But if any employer is like abusive in nature itself, and because only he's of higher authority, no one is telling them. Also, he is doing good work. No one will tell him anything. But the behavior he's like showing, he might show wrong to the employee, and that might have a bad impact on the employee as well.
You're right, absolutely right. So the answer to that is that you can report to Clean Exit about the person who's abusing and saying wrong things to you. What Clean Exit does is that Clean Exit works with the highest management in the company. Okay. For example, अगर आप किसी बैंक में काम कर रहे हो, किसी ब्रांच के अंदर काम कर रहे हो, उस बैंक के मैनेजर ने अगर आपको कुछ बोला वहां पर, if you report to Clean Exit, then the report from Clean Exit goes to the highest management at the corporate office. Okay. And it's taken to the founders at the highest level, and then they are given a warning that if this is not rectified, then a legal recourse can be taken by the employee, which can be a problematic thing for the company. Now, does the company want a legal action against them by an employee?
No.
No. So what will they do? They'll call the manager and say, पागल हो क्या, क्या कर रहे हो, why are you talking like this? And they'll warn the manager and say that if you repeat this multiple times and if I get one more complaint, then I'll make sure that you are fired from this company. So I'm just telling this to you, trust the processes always in business. Do not conclude कि मैनेजर ने बोला मतलब मुझे सोशल मीडिया पे डालेंगे तो ही मुझे इसका आंसर मिलेगा या मुझे इसका सोल्यूशन मिलेगा. Okay, does posting on social media solve the problem or does it increase the problem?
It might increase the problem because people started discussing about it. Maybe the company might be at risk, and the clients, those who are collaborated with that company, they might stop collaborating with that company.
You're absolutely right. Basically, the point here is that if it is not solving the problem and increasing the problem, then what is the point of doing that activity? So what I'm trying to tell you is that social media is a very dangerous platform. I'm requesting all of you again. I know that what you're saying is also right, but there are ways to solve the problem. एक सही तरीका होता है काम करने का, गलत तरीका होता है काम करने का. So no matter what happens in your life, even if there is a court case happening with your business partner in the future, it is not right for you to post on social media and talk it. Go the right legal manner. Approach the court, approach the police, take a legal recourse. There are laws made in the country to protect you, and they are fantastic laws. I'm telling this to you. You can file. अगर उसने ग्रुप के अंदर आपको गाली दी है सबके बीच में, you can file a defamation case against him. You can say that इसने मुझे सबके सामने मुझे insult किया, मुझे compensation दो. So there are ways to do it, but then if you go to social media, it may not be the right manner. So refrain from doing this. अगर आपके followers बहुत सारे हैं और आपको लग रहा है कि आप मैं सबक सिखाऊंगा, no, you're mistaken. It is going to backfire on you. That's what I'm going to tell you. Don't do it on social media. Approach clean exit. Approach your senior person in the office. Approach a senior person or an advisor who can advise you. Someone bigger than, elder than you, talk to them and then try to resolve the issue by talking it out across the table or use the right recourse, but do not make things public like this. It's for your own interest. I'm telling this to you.
So I have a doubt. Can I ask?
Please go ahead.
As you have shared like the screen, on the screen you have shared some of the employees 650 score, something like that. We can't see our score, like our profile score in the Cleanexit platform. The other companies and the higher management levels can see that, but we can't ourselves see it, right?
No, it's not like that. Just like a civil scoring, you can request after you start working for at least 1 year in any company outside, after you get an experience, you can request your rating also. You can go to Cleanexit website and say that I need to see my rating. It's like an employee verification request, just like any company will do. So you pay the report cost and then you get it. Simple.
Okay, sir. Just like a civil score, I just want to check that I can do the same here also, not that.
Of course, yes. It's not a secret project. It is a very public platform and it's very transparent platform made for benefiting the country in a large manner. By putting this platform, we are also making the companies behave in a proper manner. Do you agree with me on that?
Yes, sir.
The company is also worried that if the platform has too many complaints from employees, then we will have a problem. Tomorrow, all the ratings can be negated automatically, and there can be a case against them. So it is to make sure that people don't cheat, people don't lie, and then most important, the impression is that you as an Indian, you are a global person, right? Today, you're not only going to work for a country, you're going to work for large global companies. Yes or no?
Yes, of course, sir.
That is the point that we are trying to make here. You are global citizens of tomorrow. Your image and reputation is very important. How people see you outside India, not just in India also. So how a US, how an Australia, how a Netherlands, or how a Dubai, as a country sees you as a profile on LinkedIn, it makes a very big difference to the country. So think globally. Don't think small and like a small issue like this. You are a global citizen, so act like one, and make sure that they say, okay, Indians are the best people to hire in this world, and I will not go to some other country to hire. I will not go to some other country to hire for the same job. I'll prefer Indians first. That is what you have to make sure at all point of time. Your image is not just your image; is also the country's image. Please remember this.
Raj, I think you may have to go off now. You were saying earlier.
Yeah. So thank you all.
If you have this one last question, you may answer before you can go off. Someone's asked in chat box how many MNCs are working here.
So there are 300 plus companies right now on the platform, and they are growing day by day. So again, it's an AICTE platform, which means that every engineering student tomorrow, every hotel management student, every person who's doing pharmacy, every kind of person which comes under the ambit of AICTE tomorrow under Ministry of Education, they will be having a clean exit profile by the time they come out of college, which means that it doesn't matter how many companies are there, your profile rating can be done by any company, even if they're not part of clean exit. It's a global platform. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Raj. I think
thank you all. You've been very kind.
Raj has to go for another meeting.
Yeah, thank you.
And so that, yeah, thanks a lot for all the information shared, and it was very educative, I'm sure, for everyone. So we are here, Mr. Vaidya and I will be continuing on the session, and we will take your answers. Raj, then you can maybe log off. Thank you very much. So he is logged off, and I'm sure all of you must have, some of them you must have known some things, but yes, you think that you know that what's happening, and your questions were very apt in asking whether, why not take to social media. Yes, social media, as Raj has mentioned, is a very, very powerful tool, but as anything which is powerful, you have to be very careful in using it. Okay, so there is that underlying statement. That is why we are trying to spread this message across. And overall, as a country, our ethics level should go up. Yes, India should be seen as a country. Like today, we know that in India, most of the IT professionals, the very, very educated people are coming from India, right? The world knows that. But whereas ethics come into play, there is always a doubt, because they say India is a very corrupt country. People are always corrupt. They are ready to do things behind the scenes, under the table. So that is what we have to clear, and that is where you people are the future of the country. Okay, you're part of the future, and you have to take our country across. Tomorrow you will be working in India, you might be working in the US, you might be working anywhere around the world. Okay, you will go on to become the CEOs of companies in future maybe. So that is where your profile has to, not profile, your behavioral, this thing has to grow. From here, if you start, yes, you might think that yes, today it's very easy to put something on. It's like it's saying that it's very easy to talk something. Once you speak something, you cannot take it back, right? So similarly, once you put on social media, even if you delete it later, it's already been seen by a lot of people. So think not once, twice, 10 times before you have to resort to that. As far as possible, don't take all the legal recourses which are there. Every organization, whether it's small or big, has some methodology, even if it's a startup, like talk about Byju's. You take it up, see, and you keep a record. Someone is mentioning about Byju's, right? Take it up with the HR, take it up with the next senior level, keep a record of those mails, so that tomorrow when you are required to go into legal action, you will have the masala with you to take it forward. By resorting to social media does not solve the issue. So because a lot of people write on social media, it's not taken. Like WhatsApp University is not taken into consideration. Like, most of the things which come on WhatsApp are not correct. People just post something for the sake of posting. So that is what you have to take into consideration. So as Mr. Vaidya has put up, if it's in your chat box, he's asked that every student are requested to complete the online course and get the completion certificate before 31st of August. And you'll get added benefits and apply when you apply for the paid certificate for 590 from the login. And of course, you'll all log into the clean exit and do the undergo the course. Yes, you can pursue this online course from our ISAC site only. You can register. I think Mr. Vaidya will help out, sir. Can you answer the question?
Regarding
Where
this,
we can
see, there is a free course which is available as per AICTE guidelines, for which the login details, in case if you are not received, you will receive in your email ID by today evening itself. There is a instructor-led online course happens every week that costs 2,500 plus taxes. Yeah, the instructor-led 2 days, 6 hours of program, which happens every Wednesday and Thursday, once in a month. You can put the request on support and you will receive the details on that. There are 2-3 options, like I would repeat once again. There is a free course. You will get a course completion certificate. Means like Raj sir has given you about the added advantage, you can directly apply for certification at 590 rupees. And if you want a certification and the instructor-led program, that will be 2,500. And you can continue to do that in time. But as Professor Dhutraj has told, you need to complete, and even the login validity is available only for 3 weeks. So that is another thing. This free course will be available for your login to view the contents and appear for course completion certificate for next 3 weeks also.
That answers your question,
I am
Hemant.
Anand Vaidya, based in Thane, Mumbai. I am partner of ISAC since last 2 years, and we have been associated with your institute almost for last 4 batches now, I can say.
See, one thing is I would like to reiterate is that by doing a course, yes, you come to know what this thing is and you get a certification, but it has to be in you to learn the ethics. But yes, this is what through Clean Exit, what we are trying to promote is making it an official documentation wherein you are recognized for your work. Right? Finally, even if someone is there, some manager who does not rate you well because he has got a bias, he or she has got a bias against you, they will come to light because you will get reported. If you're on the Clean Exit platform, you will report, someone else will report, and naturally that person will be blacklisted. Just like if you make a mistake, you will be blacklisted. Similar the way the Clean Exit works. So that is how the database increases. With all of you doing this, spreading the word around, what we will ensure that is that our future is much more safer in this through this platform and increase our rating overall across. Okay. So as Vaidya sir has put it, please check the cleanexit.org platform. It's on the chat box. Are there any other questions? Okay. If there aren't any questions, shall we wind down, Vaidya sir?
I think
so in that
we can
case, then
stop.
I would like to thank each and every one of you who have come in. It's an excellent strength of about 230 people who are there. I think some of maybe a couple of them have dropped out. Maybe is Group Captain Naidu sir on the line, sir? Are you there? He was trying to join in. I'm not sure whether he's there. So I don't think he was able to join. So Group Captain Naidu was one of our the other director who was there, and he couldn't join in unfortunately because of some issues. So firstly, I would like to thank Professor Anand Dutraj, who is part of all of you will be knowing, for facilitating this whole thing, and also the principal and the management of Dalmia College Institute. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity, and I'm sure that all of you, after going through this, we will have to. You will be joining this program. Yes, as someone is asking, yes, 2 years you will have to renew it. Why you have to renew it is because things change across the world. It's not that you do a course and you will get a certificate. You have an exam which is written. So then after 2 years, what happens is we are reviewing your performance. If we find you are not following this thing, then you may not be renewed. That is the thing. So that is why we have a process of renewal of this thing. Once again, thank you very much for everybody, and thank you, Dalmia Institute, for all the support. Thank you, Mr. Vaidya. We will look
Thank
forward
you.
to all of you joining the Clean Exit program, and wish you all a very nice day and nice week ahead.
Thank you
Today
so
is the
much.
last day of the week. I don't know
Thank
unless you
you
work.
so much, sir.
Thank you. And
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I think you can stop the recording. Or shall I stop? Okay.